coming out to running a 7-fight winning streak. Been enjoying a raft of boos. Here is Carlos Ulberg during his extended business trip here in London. But Michael thinks November taking on former title challenger Volkan. Things are about to get very, very serious. We saw him last Thursday. Tonight he has a fairly quick turnaround, and he wants a massive opportunity.
Massive opportunity.
Faces the former champion Jan Błachowicz.
Indeed. Now he's getting booed because people love Jan Błachowicz over here. He has got all the makings of a champion. He's on a crazy win streak. The man's an absolute legend, a former champion. But this guy right now, 7 in a row, 5 finishes. And the big thing, start of his run, he was going through prospects. Last time out is that he's significantly younger. Now, just went up against a title challenger, contender. Now he's against Jan Błachowicz as the final test. He's going up against a former champion. So he's really looking at this matchup that he needs to pass to get a title shot of his own. And he's got the skill, he's got the height, he's got the reach, and he's got the youth of his dreams and become a champion. It ain't going to be easy, but he feels on his side. Jan Błachowicz, of course, 42 years and here, 34 years old, fit as a fiddle, no years old, 2 years away from the octagon. So this man, injuries, no surgeries, and on an absolute tear.
Really special. I mean, the only loss that we've seen him have was in that.
Right now, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, to be on the tip that he's on right now, his UFC debut after he came off the Contender Series, and you know how that is. The first time you step into the octagon, there's a
as the final test that his dreams and become a champion. It ain't going to be easy, but he feels he needs to pass to get a title shot of his own, achieve. He's got the skill, he's got the height, he's got the reach, and he's got the youth. Years old, 2 years away from the octagon. So he's on his side. Jan Błachowicz, of course, 42. This man here, 34 years old, fit as a fiddle. Chair right now, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, to be on the tip that he's on right now.
No injuries, no surgeries, and on an absolute.
Now is really special. I mean, the only loss of the series, and you know how that is. The first time you step into the octagon, you've seen him have was in that UFC debut after he came off the Contender. There's a lot you got to deal with. You haven't ever sensed anyone has been perfect and devastating in many of those fights. I think quite like that experience, but since then, the man.
The former UFC light heavyweight champion won his. It was 8 years ago in this very building that Jan Błachowicz rematch against Jimmy Manuwa, and he has loved fighting here in London. A hot minute. He had 2 shoulder surgeries ever since, Paul. Now he's been away and the rehab was so difficult at times he nearly threw the towel in. But yes, at 42 he has to adjust a few things, but then one day it just clicked, Paul. The hunger came back. Man can walk a mountain 4 times in 1 week. Legendary Polish power. That left hand is dynamite. The right hand train on top of it, and he knows that he brings that right hand's not bad behind it either. And he feels like he can take out.
Made sure to let everyone know that it's not just Polish power, it is
Carlos Ulberg, and go get his title back.
Yeah, Jan Błachowicz, legendary Polish power, and man, is he right about that. Wrong with you, because he's an amazing guy. He's a stud inside of that. If you don't like Jan Błachowicz, then there's something wrong. And at 42 years old, you still believe that he can go out there, and because of the injuries and the setbacks that he's had, things like you're talking about, John, reclaim that belt. And listen, he's learned to adapt to training, where he's climbing mountains, he's getting altitude training, he's building, having to do damage or injuring himself. I'm sure he's taking a lot of time during that base. He's building up his gas tank without having to recover, because power doesn't go away. Even at 42 is the speed that is coming back at him. But if he's years old, that's the last thing that's going to go. What he's got to be careful of, can mix in the devastating leg kicks that we've seen from him. It could be a good night for Jan.
Well, it's the grappling as well. That's
absolutely. Just try to be smart with the timing of shots against Ulberg.
There, he's going to re-JJ black belt. He took down Alex Pereira the octagon. Gave Pereira a really, really good fight when they fought, and of course that was his last time inside fight. Went to a draw with the current champ Magomed Ankalaev. Has been away for 2 years. We are going to find out right now. The big question is, though, does he still have it? He is 42. Yeah.
All right, let's pull up the Consider 8 years separates the men in age. Błachowicz is the most senior captain. Tailor the tape for the co-main event, and there are quite a few differences. The campaigner on the card at 42. Ulberg is 2 inches taller. It will give Błachowicz a 1-inch reach advantage. 6'4", but the wide frame of the Polish powerhouse. With the introductions, here's Bruce.
Co-main event of, ladies and gentlemen, this is the evening. This fight is 3 rounds. Heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting in the UFC light heavyweight. Out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in holding a professional record, 12 wins, 1 loss. He at 205 pounds. Fighting out of the number 6 ranked UFC light heavyweight Auckland, New Zealand, presenting the contender in the world, Ulberg, Blackjack. And now, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, 29 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw. He at 205 pounds, fighting, stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in out of Warsaw, Poland, presenting heavyweight champion and the former UFC light heavy number 3 ranked UFC light heavyweight Błachowicz, contender in the world, And when the action begins.
So Jan Błachowicz coming back from his
Our referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
injuries, said that it's time to go back home. There is Carlos Ulberg, primed and ready to go. And this run is going to be legendary. He reckons he'll get a first round finish tonight, but it will not be. Jan Błachowicz, currently ranked number 3. Easy against the experience of the former champion. They touch him up. Polish man is in the red.
He's definitely on the side of Carlos Ulberg. So the speed know about the power of Jan Błachowicz. It is the last feel that can slow down. That's what we tell things to go. Jan said we doesn't ourselves as fighters.
Yeah, that's true.
We lied to us, find out in a second. I said, are you going to grapple down sometimes? I'm not saying he has slowed down, but we'll follow Ulberg. Seems like an obvious thing to do. He said, I think he is going to grapple and shoot a takedown pretty quick. Well, no, we'll see. I think that is a lot, but we shall see.
His sparring partner, younger man as well, so he's been getting some good looks, and he looked very, very strong indeed. Very confident. In camp, I visited him in Poland, in Zakopane as well. He believes he sets the opposition. Ulberg got an unorthodox, interesting rhythm that Upsig is aware of the explosive nature of Błachowicz. He's going to react to that. He can kind of lull you into sleep a little bit, and you can't.
Oh.
Yeah, and Jan doing a great job.
Really taking his time right now, not rushing things at all.
Cutting off the cage, keeping him on that.
Ulberg most definitely on the fast track.
Black line on the canvas.
And a win here over Błachowicz, who's surely at 205 pounds. He insert his name into the title conversation.
Oh, that was a nasty one. Jan. Nice leg kick back from Błachowicz. Made it, but you saw the reaction.
Jan's going to have to pull the trigger. Good job of chopping down the legs. He's typically a little bit here so far. Hasn't thrown too much.
Doing a 5-round fighter these days as well. Only 3 rounds within.
That's a heavy low kick.
We saw the damage then with which to work tonight. He did to current champion Magomed Ankalaev, who Błachowicz had a draw with 2 fights ago. Very close. July of 2023, that was the last time close fight with Poatan, Alex Pereira. We saw Błachowicz.
And that's just it for Ulberg. If he can do what he says he can do in here and put him away, it's something to do.
Yeah.
But years later, from a lot of the top contenders, and the current champion was definitely not able to fight. How is he now?
2 new. How can they deliver that ledge of shoulders?
Yeah.
Which he didn't really get to run test yet. Legendary Polish power. Błachowicz assuming the center of the octagon. Ulberg having to work from the outside.
Just really taking his time side. So I think Jan's going to explode for this final minute. And of course, they got a lot of a good job of checking most of the kicks. Landed some heavy ones on his arm for one another, but gonna go for it at some point. He's done. You can see the difference in the hand speed, though. Oh, oof, that was nasty. Shin to shin.
Stopping on that shin.
Well, he's just insanely tough.
But against Ankalaev, he was doing that too and didn't even seem to care that he was chopped.
I mean,
built different, as they say.
He is built different. He's a monster.
Missed it in his time away. Loves competition. And he having the shoulders. Couldn't wait to get back to this.
He's got quite a singing voice as well.
Last few seconds in the opening stanza. A true patriot as well.